At the beginning of the movie, we see Raina recording a video, asking Jayanu to go to the woods because she wants to make a gift for her mother on her birthday, and she mentions that she told her dad that she is going with him. The next day, it is revealed that Raina has been lost in the woods since yesterday. Her family, along with villagers, is actively searching for her, but when despite their best efforts, they cannot locate her, Raina's father Banyu expresses hope that they will find her alive and thanks them for all their sincere concern and help. After a week, a funeral ritual for Raina takes place. However, villagers question the ceremony's purpose, as Raina's body hasn't been found, and one villager cites Miss Nur's calculation of Raina's birth date as the reason for the timing of the ritual. Later, Banyu's sister decides to include either the date when Raina went missing or the date when the search was halted in the obituary. Sis Nur reveals that Raina's disappearance on a Monday pawn, known as the Day of the Dead, is considered cursed. She explains that those who vanish on this day are believed to face a grim fate, with the earth swallowing them, marking it as their final day on earth. Ning suggests omitting the date of Raina's disappearance, and hearing all this, Raina's mother Dini gets angry and says Raina's body hasn't been discovered yet. Shri mentions that there is nothing they can do when it comes to someone's fate, but Dini questions fate, according to whom? She asks if they believe giving up is better. Nur says she warned her that if she let Raina go that day, misfortune would happen, but she let her go. She asks if she is still resisting their beliefs, even though she knows this wasn't the first time, and now her foolishness has claimed her daughter. Dini declares that she will only believe if her daughter comes back alive. Suddenly, there is a knock on the door that startles everyone, and when Dini opens the door, they are all surprised to see Raina standing outside. They bring her inside, and while Dini takes care of her, Banyu's sisters ask him if he found anything peculiar, such as whether Raina's feet were touching the ground. Banyu becomes angry, expressing disbelief at how age is affecting their minds. Nur mentions that her calculation is accurate, but Banyu asks for their support and requests them to stop complicating the situation. Now when Banyu's sisters are leaving, suddenly Nur feels something strange, and she stops Ning by holding her hand. Meanwhile, Dini asks Tari to put the towel in the bathroom for her sister, as she forgot to put it there. She expresses that their prayers have been answered, and requests Tari to help her and her father in keeping Raina safe. Tari goes to the bathroom and asks Raina if she is done showering. When she receives no reply, she bends down and tries to peek under the door, but sees no one inside. Suddenly, Raina sees her, which startles Tari, and when Raina comes out, Tari says it's not funny. Meanwhile, Banyu tells Dini that he thinks he'd better call a doctor. However, Dini reassures him that she has already checked Raina and doesn't believe they need a doctor. Banyu brings up Nur's advice about being cautious, and making sure is not a bad thing, but Dini accuses Banyu of being influenced by his sister, and blames their blind belief in the Primbon book for driving them crazy. Meanwhile, Tari expresses to Raina that she thought she was dead and apologizes for thinking so, and expresses her happiness that she is home now. She then turns over to the other side, attempting to sleep. However, a demonic hand hugs her, and assuming it to be Raina, Tari asks if she just wants to sing with Dad and her. The hand touches her shoulder and moves away, and feeling something strange. When Tari looks back, she finds Raina sleeping on her bed. Early the next morning, Banyu finds Raina eating noodles and tells her that he will get her favorite brand of noodles from the market. He asks her if she is feeling okay and mentions that he has asked Dr. Addy to come and examine her. However, when he turns back, he is shocked to see that Raina is no longer there. Confused, he sits on his bike to leave, and we see Raina standing behind him. After reaching the market, Banyu starts setting up his shop, but he recalls the moment when Raina came to ask him for permission to go into the woods. Banyu had tried to convince her that there was danger there, but when she said that she would go with Janu and promised that she would also help him in his shop, Banyu agreed. After this, we see Janu, who looks quite scared. Tari approaches him and asks if he knows Raina has returned home. But he says it can't be and runs away from there. Later, Dini goes to the market, where a lady asks her if her daughter has returned. Dini confirms it and says that is why she is here to get some ingredients to cook her daughter's special meal. The lady wonders why Raina returned on the night of the Talil ritual. And another lady questions if Dini is sure it's her daughter and warns her to be careful of haunting spirits. Dini tries to ignore the questioning from the women, but they continue to press her, making her upset. However, Banyu intervenes and tells the women that if they want to meet Raina, they can come with him and they can see her for themselves, that there is nothing wrong with Raina at all. The scene then shifts to Nur's house, where Ning is arranging some flowers on a plate. She asks Nur if the flowers are enough to put in Raina's room. Nur explains that it's for protection and mentions that if the flowers wilt immediately, then Raina is not a human. Ning enters Banyu's house through the back door, visibly scared as she approaches Raina's room. While sliding the plate under Raina's bed, Ning gets startled when Raina suddenly arrives there, and she mentions that she remembers Ning used to love braiding her hair. Fearfully, Ning takes the comb from Raina's hand and starts combing her hair. Raina asks if Aunt Nur told her many Primbon stories and requests Ning to tell those stories to her. Ning says that the Primbon Mankuprajan book says that she was born on Saturday. It is very influenced by Earth, and that is why she is a special girl. As she gets up, she gets terrified seeing maggots in Raina's head, and when Raina asks her what's wrong, Ning runs away from there. Ning goes to Sri and explains what happened in Raina's room. She mentions that she was braiding Raina's hair, but her scalp is rotting and there were maggots everywhere. She asks Sri if she doesn't realize that from the day Raina went missing, the plaintive cuckoo hasn't stopped singing in front of Banyu's house, which is a sign of death in that house. Sri agrees, but asks if Raina was really dead. How come they can still see her in the flesh? Ning says she doesn't know, but they should listen to what Nur says. Meanwhile, we see Janu in a library, still feeling scared. After a while, the lights in the library start flickering, and Raina appears behind him. She slowly begins moving towards him, but when he looks back, there's no one there. Suddenly, he gets terrified seeing her next to him, but the next moment, she disappears from there. Later that night, while Ning is reading something in her house, a demon appears nearby. Meanwhile, Sri starts levitating in the air, and Nur wakes up hearing dogs bark. She gets up and sits in front of the mirror, and during this time, the demon, who had approached Ning, suddenly attacks her. On the other hand, another demon clings to Sri, and when Nur runs out after hearing Ning's screams, her reflection remains in the mirror. She tries to calm Ning, asking her to pray to God for protection from Raina. At the same time, Sri also wakes up scared, and her husband tries to calm her down. Now the next day, Sri goes to Banyu's house to check the flowers under Raina's bed and gets shocked to find that the flowers have withered. She's about to take out the plate when she gets startled by the sound of the door opening. Panicking, she attempts to flee, but Banyu notices her, and just then, Raina arrives holding fresh flowers and asks Sri if she's searching for them. Sri gets shocked to see this, and Raina approaches and requests her to return them to Ning. As Sri makes her way to Ning's house, a passing bike startles her, causing the plate to slip from her hand, and to her shock, she discovers that the flowers, once fresh a while ago, have now withered. Meanwhile, Banyu tries to lighten the mood with jokes to cheer up Raina, but he is suddenly shocked to see her nose bleeding. Concerned, he asks if she's okay, and as Raina wipes her mouth, she discovers a flower coming out, leaving her bewildered. Just then, Dr. Adi knocks on the door and Banyu goes to answer it, welcoming him inside. Banyu introduces him to Raina, and when Adi starts checking her, he gets shocked to find that she has no pulse. After this, when he tries to check her mouth with a torch, he is horrified to see maggots on her rotten lips. He tells Banyu that there is nothing wrong with her, and asks him if can he use the bathroom? Soon after, Nur and Ning arrive, and Nur calls Banyu aside, expressing the need to talk. Meanwhile, Dr. Adi attempts to compose himself, but to his horror, Raina suddenly appears there, causing him to panic and attempt to flee. However, his shock intensifies as he sees Raina sitting in the hall with her mom, and overwhelmed, he runs away without uttering a word. Dini asks everyone why they are all outside, to which Nur says Raina has become a magnet for bad spirits, attracting them to this property. Dini expresses disbelief, and Ning reveals that she and Sri were tormented by evil spirits last night, showing them the bowl full of wilted flowers as proof. Dini still does not believe them, and Nur warns her that she is going to be sorry before they leave. They then return home, and Sri tells them that strange things keep happening around them, and she doesn't want what happened to Mother to happen again. However, Basuki asks them what the doctor said, and if he didn't say anything, why should they believe in signs and the Primbon book and not science? Dini goes inside and brings a photo, asking him if he has forgotten what happened to Begas. She mentions that he died because Basuki chose science. Sri tells her that she crossed the line and asks her to take it back, but Basuki tries to calm her down, and they both leave. The next morning, when Banyu is going to work, Raina asks if she can also go with him, and they both head to the market. Some women in the market start fearing Raina, considering her a ghost, but they are even more shocked to see that Raina is in different places at the same time, and suddenly she appears in front of them. After this, she goes to her dad's shop, picks up a piece of fish lying on the ground, and starts eating it. Later, Dini tells Raina that her Aunt Nur always say that if someone has just recovered from illness, they have to make ketupat. She is doing everything they taught her and told her to do, and Raina should deliver them to her aunts. Raina asks Dini to teach her how to make ketupat, and we see her starting to bond with her mother again. Meanwhile, Tari approaches Janu and asks him why he avoided her yesterday, and why he still hasn't come to see Raina. She then notices him researching something and asks about it, to which he responds that he can't go on living like this, and he is tired of being terrorized by Raina every day. It was his fault that he forced her to go uphill, but he didn't know it was her cursed day. After this, we are shown the scene of that night when both of them went to the woods. It was raining heavily that night, and suddenly Raina disappeared. He then tells Tari that the girl in her house is not Raina. He shows her a book and explains that when a person gets lost in the woods, the chance of them being alive is 10%, especially when they have been gone for a week, and the only way to find out if she is Raina is for her to be cleansed. Later, we see Nur returning home very scared and starting to close the doors of the house, saying that it's getting dangerous. She tells everyone that all the evil spirits are coming, and that they should do a cleansing ritual for Raina. Just then, someone knocks on the door, causing them all to get scared. Basuki gathers courage and goes to open the door, and they all get frightened to see Raina at the door, who has brought ketupat for her aunties. Basuki takes the plate from her hand and asks her if they hold a cleansing ceremony for her. Is that okay with her? She remains silent for a while, and then says that according to the Primbon book, after someone has been cleansed, they will become pure again. She agrees to it, but says she doesn't understand why they can't all believe her mother. Saying this, she leaves, and Nur says they should not be afraid of Raina, but they have to make Dini agree to hold a cleansing ceremony. They then all go to Dini, and Nur tells her that they should hold a cleansing ceremony. She says that she should have never gotten married because their birth dates are not a match, which is considered bad luck. She also mentions that she was born on a cursed day, and it is confirmed that she has brought a curse upon their family. Meanwhile, Raina, who overhears this from her room, asks Tari if she also dislikes her presence at home. Outside, Dini says that from the moment she entered this house, she has been judged to be the bearer of misfortune, but she insists that they should never bring up her daughter in this conversation. Nur asks her if she can see how her family is paying for her ignorance, to which Dini responds that she can, but questions what they know about her position as a woman, as a wife, as one who has given birth. Ning slaps her, saying she has crossed the line, to which Dini angrily admits that she brought a curse and bad luck to this family. Banyu and Basuki try to calm down Dini and Ning, and before leaving, Nur suggests doing the cleansing ceremony tomorrow. After they leave, Banyu tries to convince Dini for the cleansing ritual, saying if Raina is alive, then there is nothing to be afraid of. And meanwhile, Tari gets terrified seeing the demonic form of Rana. Later, Banyu finds a dead cuckoo outside his house, and he begins crying, realizing that Raina is dead. And on the other hand, we see Raina in Nur's house, and she asks Nur why she is so afraid of her. The next day, Basuki finds Tari and Janu heading to the woods and asks them what they are planning to do there. Tari explains that they believe when they perform the cleansing ceremony, they will find Raina's body. Basuki dismisses it as hearsay, and nobody can confirm the story. He expresses that he understands Janu is feeling guilty, and Tari wants to do something good, but there's nothing for them to prove. Tari insists that this is for Rana, and Janu adds that they are running out of time. The scene then shifts to the cleansing ceremony, where all the members of Rana's family pour special water on her, one by one. Following this, she's made to sit on a chair, and the puppet master performs a ritual to cleanse her. After some time, they all notice that Raina is feeling somewhat uneasy. At the same time, we see Raina at her house, confused and scared. She witnesses strange, scary spirits approaching her, causing her to scream, and she also perceives a spirit at home and tries to run away in fear. Meanwhile, the spirits of many old people and children begin to appear near the people participating in the ceremony. And on the other hand, a demonic spirit starts emerging from a well. Following this, the individuals attending the ceremony start getting possessed one by one, creating a frightening atmosphere. Dini cannot bear to see her daughter's condition and tries to bring her to her senses and requests Nur to stop the ceremony. Meanwhile, we see Tari and Janu in the woods, but suddenly Tari is shocked to see that Janu is not with her. Janu also gets confused hearing her screams, and at the same time we see Raina in her demonic form. In the woods, Tari comes across Raina and gets stunned. Raina approaches her slowly and embraces her, and when Janu arrives, he discovers Raina's lifeless body in Tari's arms. Together, they bring her deceased body to the ceremony site, leaving Banyu and Dini devastated at the sight of their daughter's lifeless form. Following this, camera footage reveals Raina addressing her mother. She explains that she intended to present a special gift to her on her birthday, but mentions the unfavorable weather. She wishes her happy birthday, stating that her mother is the strongest person in the world, ensuring her that everything will be all right. She advises her mother not to listen to those who claim her birthday is cursed and requests her to keep the video as a reminder that she will always be with her. Thanks for facing the frights with us. If you survived this video, drop a like, summon that subscribe button, and brace yourself for more horror. Until next time, stay spooked.